Hello, I'm Matt Ragsdale. Welcome to TMN Television, Thursday, August 31st, 2017. Tonight we look at the increase in Truman's enrollment. Later, stay tuned for our Truman Sports update. These stories and more on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this. With the addition of adding both incoming freshmen and transfer students, Truman's enrollment for the 2017 fall semester has increased. Here is TMN's Bria Parnell with the story.
Truman State University has experienced a 5% increase in the number of new students coming to Truman for the fall 2017 semester. Director of Admissions Melody Chambers says Truman has received about 1,331 freshmen and 165 transfers this semester compared to last fall's enrollment of 1,417 new students. Chambers says the increase was most likely caused by the easiness of Star Res, the new housing system, and Slate, a new way students can easily interact with counselors and the admissions office.
Implementation of Slate, which is referred to as a customer relationship management tool, but in the end what it allows you to do is have a platform where you have more regular contact with students, and having that capability to do that with less manpower from people has allowed us actually, I think, to be more present in people's minds as they're going through the search process, and allows us to give them the pieces of information that they need when they need it.
Chambers says Truman is a very open place where people can develop long-lasting relationships, and the admissions office really wanted to communicate that with students before they got here. Sophomore transfer student Jackie Magoon says she chose Truman because they communicated easily with her about her transfer credit.
Well, one big thing was they were very, very helpful with me transferring, I think more so than other schools were. Like, they worked with me. It was very easy to get a hold of people, and I just love this campus. It's so pretty, very home feeling.
Other factors contributing to the increase were Truman's participation in the Common Application, which is one free application that lets students send it to any university of their choosing. Truman also hopes to continue positive communication with prospective students and to continue the increase in size.
A year after implementing a new energy-saving plan, Truman is conserving around $1 million by replacing and upgrading some of the utility systems to become more environmentally conscious. The university saved about 7.1 million kilowatt hours in electricity, 51 million cubic feet of natural gas, 10 million gallons of water, and reduced its carbon footprint by 21 million pounds of carbon dioxide. The project added new LED lights, low-flow faucet adapters, toilet valves, and shower heads, and other upgrades to the steam systems on campus. Truman worked with energy solution professionals, and the project found them after a lengthy search for an energy-saving consultant. The project started in the summer of 2015 and ended the fall of 2016. Lou Ann Gilchrist has postponed her retirement to continue on as Vice President of Student Affairs. Gilchrist was approached by President Sue Thomas to continue her position after a failed Vice President of Student Affairs search. Gilchrist said she was not surprised she was asked to stay on, as Thomas kept her updated on the progress of her search. Gilchrist even offered to stay on. The search committee found most candidates were either not right for the position or were not willing to relocate their families to Kirksville. The search is set to continue next week, with Gilchrist currently in the position. A Board of Governors meeting was held on August 5th to look at the previous year's budget. It was found the Study Abroad Office's spending appeared to be reduced. Assistant Director of the Center for International Education Abroad, Alcidine Arias, said the discrepancy can be explained by money not being filtered through the student accounts and going out. She said typically the money paid for a semester at sea program stays with the students, and the money paid for an exchange program stays with the office. She said they are not spending any of the students' money for students to go abroad because their programs basically fund themselves.
If they went on a semester at sea program, that could be $24,000 for a semester. So that goes on the student account, and then that account, we requisition that money and it goes on to someone else. It doesn't stay here. It's not something that we spent. It's something that the student decides to go on.
Hurricane Harvey has caused destruction across the Gulf Coast of the United States since making its initial landfall last Friday, August 25th, as a Category 4 hurricane. According to NPR, the storm had sustained winds of 130 miles per hour when it first made landfall, but has since weakened to a tropical depression with sustained winds of 35 miles per hour. In southeast Texas, the storm has dropped as much as 52 inches of rain. In Houston, Beaumont, and Port Arthur have all sustained flooding and evacuations, and the storm has now made landfall on the Gulf Coast of Louisiana. According to the New York Times, the death toll is uncertain, but as of this morning, as it currently stands at 38 and is expected to rise. Next, stay tuned for our Truman Sports update, but first, let's take a look at that forecast.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
The women's soccer team's first game is scheduled this afternoon in Ohio at Ashland University. Head coach Mike Cannon will be entering his 25th season following a season where the program won its first JLVC championship. During this time, Cannon has accumulated 320 wins, making him the 8th Division II coach to reach 300 career wins. He said that the feat is a testament to the team rather than to just him. He said he observed different coaching styles when he was a player and an assistant for the men's team, but he adopted a friendly team-building approach that doesn't involve much yelling.
I like to win just as much as anybody else, but we're not going to try to win at all costs. But I also like to make sure that we're having fun and enjoying it. And obviously, that's not going to happen. Every kid can't play every minute. They can't all start. They can't all travel every time. But to try to make the environment something that they really enjoy while also being successful.
After playing its inter-squad game last Friday, the volleyball team begins its season in Ashland, Ohio tomorrow. The team plays its first game in the morning against Lake Erie College and will play its second at 6 tomorrow night against Ashland University. Assistant coach Aaron Higgins says the team watched last year's film to make the necessary adjustments. The team will bring back 3 members of the last year's GLVC championship team to complement the 3 freshmen. The Bulldogs will have 2 more games tomorrow against the University of Pittsburgh Jonestown and Urbana University. The men's and women's cross-country teams start their schedule today at the Lindenwood Dual Meet, also known as the Dog and Cat Fight. The men are expected to be led by redshirt senior Bryce Pavey to offset the loss of the seniors' loss from last year's team. The women will begin competing without their star, Laura Tarantino. They will add 5 freshmen to their team. Head coach Tim Schwegler said both squads still have their talent to succeed. In the event's history, the men are 1-3 and the women are 3-1. The women's golf team will have to wait until September 15th to start its fall schedule in Big Rapids, Michigan. The Bulldogs' fall preview will occur at Ferris State University. The Bulldogs are coming off their best ever finish at the GLVC Championships, placing 7th. With 5 tournaments in the next 2 months, head coach Clint Fitzpatrick said he likes the direction of the team. 5 players will be returning, including the team's top finisher, senior Nicole Barmettler, 3-time high school MVP Katie Gastro, and 2-time junior college national qualifier Montana George will join the team. This has been your Truman Sports Update. Stay tuned after the break. We'll be right back.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM and pick up a copy of the Index. Also check out our news content on tmn.truman.edu. Also be sure to check out our variety show segments. You can also follow TMN on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for breaking news updates. And if you missed part of our live broadcast tonight, check out TMN TV on YouTube. Finally, would you like to be on TV? Head on over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill in an application today. From all of us at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of your week.